Hey, what's up? Hanging with the Joneses. Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 2, spoiler review. Of course, I'm Rashad.
I'm Madison.
And we have the Bad Batch minus Crosshair, because he's a traitor.
Technically not a traitor.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
He got his thing like enhanced inhibitor.
But he was already on that beforehand anyway.
But he didn't do it.
He wanted to.
He did.
All right, so we got the Bad Batch minus Crosshair plus Omega, and they're on their way to Saleucami. And probably no. I mean, there's no real reason for them to be going there just so that we can have a transition from them leaving Kaminoa and finding, just another place to kind of hide out for a little while. And we meet up with old Cut. Good old Cut. Cut is actually a clone as well, with a very interesting haircut and a receding hairline as well. And he is from the Battle of Geonosis. Basically, his whole squad basically was gunned down and decimated by the Geonosians and the Separatist armies. And after that, they basically left everybody for dead. He wasn't dead, of course. So he defected from being a clone trooper, stopped fighting, ended up finding a nice little Twilight gal who had some kids already. Mm-hmm. And
Miss Sue.
Yeah, he's going to be a stepdaddy. So he ended up being having his family unit on Saleucami, and that's where we meet everybody on this episode. So, of course, we see the transition of the Empire kind of taking into place, where there are certain planets, and the occupation is really starting to take a hold. So the first interesting thing was how they had to switch from basically credits to having imperial credits, but you also had to have a chain code. Now, I'm not sure, because you forget everything, and there are mentions of chain codes in The Mandalorian. Do you remember that?
I didn't get the hints.
Oh my god! So in The Mandalorian, if you remember season 2, the episode where Boba Fett wrecks shop on that little planet while Grogu is waiting on the Seeing Stone, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they had a whole ticking clock situation where he was trying to reach out to the Force to find the Jedi, which ended up being Luke. Anyway, at the end of the episode, he says, burns up his arm thing, he said, "Look, here's my chain code," and he goes down his whole lineage of where he's from. Oh. Yeah, a chain code is basically just a way of identifying you. And that's what the Empire's trying to do. They're trying to basically have a system where they can have a way to easily know who is where at all times. It's sort of like a
They do that in school, except they call it student ID.
Yeah, it's sort of like their version of a social security number, or like a passport, basically, but in a very nefarious way. So that's that. And now you need to get a chain code to get off planet. Cut and Sue figures out that they need to get off world ASAP, because it's not going to be safe for them anymore. Seeing how he is a former clone and still looks like a clone in the face, and they had to devise a plan to get off planet. So he's
not light skinned though.
Nah, he's
all the other ones are.
Okay. Okay. So we have them coming up with a plan to basically steal some disc. Tech is going to upload chain code on them to give them safe passage. And to be honest, this is one of those episodes that I really absolutely hate to watch, because nothing really happens. It's a very contained
filler episode.
It's a filler episode that has elements in it kind of that keeps you like, oh, okay, I remember this thing, I remember that thing, and that's what the nostalgia fact and the interconnectivity of Star Wars really lends to itself. Because if this was like a regular show, I'd be like, come on, yo, I woke up for this. But like, there are some interesting things that kind of happen. The fact that we see an R2 unit that was evil, yay. Also see, I mean, that's really it that I actually liked from the episode. Did you like the episode?
What is that? I like Wrecker lifting the little
the gonk droid.
Yeah. Trash can with legs.
From having that very high, really, really awesome episode from the first episode to this, I mean, the drop off is like crazy.
It was like an hour long though. So it was like 2 episodes combined.
But still, even if they were broken up, it still would have been 2 great episodes back to back.
Not all episodes are great.
Yeah. I wish you would speak up, too.
Not all episodes are great.
They end up, of course, the plan works. Some back and forth with some clone troopers and the squad as they, try to basically... So they had to do this thing where Tech was like, yeah, we're going to purposely get our ship impounded, because earlier the Empire was basically taking everybody's ships and just putting them in an impound lot, and they got their ship impounded so they can infiltrate their little like almost like data type center they have at the impound lot, get the disk, upload the chain code on it, and then give the chain codes to Cut Sue and their 2 little kids. And they also want Omega to go as well. What Hunter does. Hunter wants Omega to go, and because Hunter never had a kid before, and as you know, Madison, kids suck, and kids get into things, and there's several times where Sue says kids always find ways to get themselves into trouble, which is very true. Kids do find ways to get themselves into trouble.
I'm a kid.
Yeah. Speak for yourself. So.
That's rude.
It's okay. So we have Omega, who almost got ate by the random creature. I don't know the creature's name.
It was a creature in the beginning because it almost landed on it and it ran away.
Yeah.
Those little weird things with no arms, just legs.
Yeah. Omega has basically essentially said bye to Hunter, and then she ends up popping up at the end anyway and going back to the impound lot.
And then the stormtrooper gets her by the foot, and she struggles while the stormtrooper was barely grabbing her foot.
Yeah, because he was already knocked down prior to. So they got Omega, they get on the ship, and she has her like father-daughter moment, I would say. Mm-hmm. And we see how she says, I love Camino with you. I want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So that was very very heartwarming for Hunter. There's a.
Then he said, "I need to learn too."
I mean, it was the truth though. It was the truth. Then the show goes off, and now we have to wait till next week to see what happens next.
Cut almost got captured.
Yes, he did. He did almost get captured because
the guy recognized his face.
Yeah. Clone said, "Hey, you sort of look like."
And then another clone came in.
Yeah,
they like, they need help at the impound lot.
Yeah, the impound lot. So.
Said that with a British accent.
Yeah, which usually are most Star Wars characters anyway. But the bad guys. Bad guys are British.
Loki.
Yeah, Loki. Speaking of Loki, June 9th. Can't wait. Anyway, that's really it for this episode. Hopefully we have something, just be a better episode next week. Because this was very much like a OG Clone Wars episode, where not a lot happens. Very self-contained, tells a story. I'm guessing if you had like some sort of personal investment into the character of Cuts and wanted to know what happened to them, then you were I know you were like geeking out this morning, but like on the real as an episode, or
this afternoon,
or whenever you watch it, it's kind of weak. All right, that's all we got. ain't no predictions because, there's nothing really happens next.
They get off the planet.
Yeah, they go to another planet.
More danger. Omega
gets into more trouble. Anyway, see you guys next week on another review. Hopefully it'll be just more exciting. I'm very underwhelmed today by this episode. All right, I'm Rashad.
I'm Madison.
Yeah, yo. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And we will see you next week.